EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This afternoon, we're in the Sunshine State for live final round coverage of the Florida Classic. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. Our leader here on this Sunday is our featured golfer. He's on top by 1 entering play. So Frank, another Sunday is upon us, and stop me if you've heard this before, but our featured golfer in position to win yet again on the PGA Tour as a rookie. You have to think by now, this is someone who appears to be unfazed by just about anything put in their way.
And also, Rich, getting in the other players' heads, because Sunday is meant to be that pressure cooker day where people fail, often at the post. So if you've managed to conquer that at least twice in your rookie season, players are starting to think, well, hang on a minute. They've figured out how to play this golf when the pressure's at the very most. So I actually give them the advantage.
And he's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short.
The strike was fine on the pitch shot. Ball first, then turf. Just wasn't really hit hard enough.
Oh, you're kidding. This game's unfair sometimes. That luck did the whole way. Okay, it's a bogey here at the first. And the lead, precarious now. It is down to a single shot. On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the 2 bunkers, one left and one right, they remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and you'll find that green is plenty big enough.
That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie look straight ahead. A lot of movement on this putt left to right. I think the idea here is just to get it inside sort of a 3-foot circle. And that's really good. That put on the brakes just a little short, or he might have dropped that in. That finished off for par here at the second, and he'll stay right where he is. Up next, the 460-yard third, a hole that is flat, long, and straight as an arrow. Great driving hole here on the first par 4 of the round. Driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. He needs to be mindful of the breeze here as he sets for his second.
And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he's going to remain one shot off the pace. What a hole this is, Frank. Par 3 fourth, 250 yards. And we're teeing off right in front of the swamp there.
You might see the odd alligator pop its head up. When you look at this, if you want to be clever, you can sort of hit a little cut in here, Rich, and then it'll work with that C-shaped green. That'll keep the tee shot away from the bunker that protects the middle. And you never know, it might just sneak in a birdie.
That's in. It is a good par here at number 4. And he'll remain right where he is. Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, and it's a good one. 635 yards. Now to the 5th hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, they get straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway.
Okay, that's going to be safely in the fairway, and that's where you need to play from if you're going to make a final round surge. Now from way back, better than 300 yards, a second to the par 5. Third shot, looking for a good one. Oh, yes, great touch, getting that 60-degree wedge underneath the ball, and that goes into the hole for a welcome birdie. On to the par 4 6th here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway, and that might be worth considering for the short hitters to try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands. 276 yards, and of course the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay the third.
152 to the hole, coming off a birdie on the previous, looking for 2 in a row.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
This will be a 14-foot putt here. Yeah, that's a good putt. A birdie here at 1, and he's got it to minus 18. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The 7th is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
This is turning a little to his left. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Well, had the distance right, just a little bit offline to the left.
And a little bit left too with this third shot.
Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Oh, how about the run here? That a 3rd consecutive birdie. He moves to 19 under for the tournament. 8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book, because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Oh, the hands came through beautifully there. Good thump of the sand and a good chance to save par. Nicely done as he rolls that in for his par. And that's going to preserve this tenuous 1-shot lead. The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it too.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Now, from better than 300 yards out, a second to the par 5. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
"15 feet away." Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie. Push that score to 3 under for the round. We begin the inward 9 at the wetlands with the lengthy par 3 10th, 246 yards, 3 bunkers protecting the front of the green, and anything long or left has a chance to be wet. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Safely in. It's a par here at the 10th. And that cushion's going to remain 2 shots. Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. Par 4 11th, 443 yards. What's the best strategy here, Frank?
Somehow find the fairway, Rich. This is brutal. Miss it left or miss it right. But it's Florida. Fairways are wide enough, soft enough. But a good tee shot still going to leave you a lengthy second.
Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. Now a second from just under 180 yards. "18 feet from the bottom of the cup." Oh, that'll bring a wry smile. A very good putt there to save his par. And the lead will remain 1. Stepping up to the tee at the first par 5 on this back 9. It's the 12th, and it is 576 yards.
Yeah, this hole bends to the right, opposite direction to what 11 does. A good tee shot, and you can actually think about reaching this par 5 and 2, but anything around the front or front left, it's still going to leave a relatively simple pitch shot. So when you stand on that tee, think of birdie at least here.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. A very makeable 8-footer for birdie. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. And he's closing in on what would be a 5th victory of the year. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. At 450, it's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit, and bunkers once again short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Now from just under 170 out, this is second. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Well judged. That is in for par here at 13. And this is going to stay a 2-shot lead. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short. So you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
Okay, that one's dancing. This for birdie now at 14.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And after a top 5 finish last week, he's looking to go all the way and claim victory here. Stepping up here on the 15th tee at the Wetlands, this is a 590-yard par 5. Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And the lead's going to stay at 3. Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by 1/4 of an inch, you lose 10%. That's right, 10%.
Chance now for another birdie. You might like this one. You might really like it. Oh, in style. What a putt there at 16. It is down for a birdie. And it may be all about style points now. It's a 4-shot cushion with 2 holes left to play. Here we go at the 17th. It's a par 3, and it takes 1 good strike. That's what you like about par 3s of this length, Frank. 238 yards. Can't fake it here.
You certainly can't, and that green just shapes a little bit to the player's right. So the best shot to hit in here would be a little draw. And that is also the avenue provided by those 2 bunkers. One short left and the other one back right.
Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. Not to be a little short, but a good effort there. That one finished off for bogey here at 17. And that could make things a little more interesting as the lead's down to 3. Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole. And on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
This may be a touch right. Yes, step 1 out of the way. It is in the fairway at 18. One more good approach shot could just about seal it. A left to right breeze, something to consider here as he eyes this second shot.
That's a head scratcher. That approach shot from relatively close in. I would have been looking at 10 to 15 feet.
Now this for another birdie. That's a good putt to save par here at 18. And this will be a strong final round score of 67. So just a terrific tournament for our featured player, Frank, and it yields a 4th career victory. That's impressive.
And we're starting to look at them through a totally different lens now, Rich. We know they're good enough. I remember Nick Price once saying he used to use the average of 5 career wins for every major championship. So they're knocking on the door.
So that's it for us. For Frank, Noda, Iona, and our entire crew, Rich Lerner saying, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour.